Hey friend, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alex and I'm so happy you're here. So in today's video, I'm going to be creating this look largely using products that I was influenced to buy by YouTubers that I love to watch. So yeah, there are only a few things that I use that it was makeup that I was trying to use today because I was excited to play with it. But most of it, I would say, they're products that I got because a YouTuber recommended them. And yeah, you'll get to see them in action and what I think. So yeah, if you're excited, just keep on watching. Okie dokie, let's get right into it. I just took a shot of espresso, so I'm like ready to go. So my face, I moisturized it really well because this foundation that I'm going to be using works for me, but only if I really hydrate and then top it off with something hydrating as well. And that is the e.l.f. Satin Finish Foundation. It's their Flawless Finish Foundation. And the person that made me buy this didn't make me buy it, influenced me to buy it, was Kelly Gooch. She talks about how much she loves this. It's only $6 and she feels like it's really underrated. And I mean, it's okay, but I kind of definitely need to do a lot to make it work for me. Well, I will say about this foundation, I'm actually going to get started putting it on. Also, with this foundation, one pump is plenty. What I will say about this foundation is that I love the color on me. It's a great color match. This is the shade Buff, which is light with peachy undertones. So that works really well for me. So I do like that. But the foundation is like fine. I don't think it's anything to rave about. Maybe if you had oilier skin, not as dry, you might like it better. And again, with this foundation, less is more. I have found that one pump is really good with it. So I'm just blending it in with this damp sponge. So when you're putting this foundation on, it definitely has a fragrance, but it's not terrible. And it goes away once it like sets down and dries. But if you're sensitive to fragrance, this one is definitely fragranced. So I am looking ghostly, but this foundation definitely oxidizes. So as I wear my makeup, it'll definitely, you know, match me a lot better. But right now I do definitely look very ghostly. But yeah, I don't hate this foundation. It's not my favorite, but so the next thing that I'm going to be talking about is my Perla ink corrector in Peach. So I honestly 100% picked this up because of Arna Elaine, who I love watching her videos. She's like half beauty, half just kind of lifestyle in general, and she lives in Australia, which is really cool. And she uses the shade Lavender to color correct her face because she definitely has a very like lavendery undertone. And I have found that this works amazingly, and this is how I'm going to use it today, under my eyes to combat my very dark under eye circles, and it works beautifully and I love it. I think the packaging is adorable and the product is awesome. So thank you, Arna, for sharing that. And thank you to the CVS by my house that has Perla stuff. And ever since I noticed that they have Perla stuff, it's always been 50% off. So yeah. Okay, so the next items are actually a combo that the same YouTuber uses, and I'm pretty sure she's suggested them separately, but I figured I should use them together since they're two of her favorites, and that is Allie Glines. So she's actually the person that made me buy my first Instant Age Rewind, and I love it. I have it in like 3 different shades. I think it's a great everyday concealer. It's like surprisingly really good coverage for how light and serum like it is, and I love it. And then she also, I remember this was a long time ago, raved about this No. 7 loose setting powder, which I do like. I'm more of a pressed powder girl than a loose powder girl, but I will be using this today. So yeah, Allie Glines, thank you. I would say that Allie's probably one of the YouTubers that I've been watching for the longest, I want to say. Like now her channel's huge, but I remember following her when her channel was not nearly as big. So I'm just going to use a little bit. And I'm also going to cover a few blemishes that I have. I do have this in the shade Light, which matches my skin tone pretty well. I also have it in the shade Brightener that I use as a corrector because it's kind of peachy. And I also have the shade Ivory, which honestly I rarely wear because it's way too light for me. Like sometimes in the winter, if I'm like the palest I've ever been, then I'll kind of use that. But the minute I get a little bit of sun, and I live in Southern California, so like even in the winter at this point, I have more color than when I used to live back in Massachusetts. I mean, I was so white back then in the winter. Oh my God. But here, you know, we do get sun year round, so not nearly as pasty. Okay, that is blended in beautifully. And I love the way that this plus this sit with on top of each other, like this one underneath and this one on top. I just feel like I can get away with using just a teensy bit of both and getting like really amazing coverage. And if I use less product, there's less product to get into my fine lines. So this is a good combo right here. Okay, now on to the powder. So this is a loose powder and it comes kind of with a puff. So what I do to use it is I take the puff out and then I just sprinkle a little bit of powder right on to the lid. And I am going to set this today. Normally I set with a sponge, but I am going to set this with my setting brush. So I'm going to just take this brush, swirl it around to make sure the powder gets in there, and just gently set my under eyes. Oh my God, I forgot to blend out the concealer that I put on my cheeks. That would have been awful. It wouldn't have been that awful, but you know what I mean. Okay, so this bronzer, it was Brianna Fox. She got me good. And not just the bronzer, but the brush to use the bronzer with. So she, Brianna, I'm not sure how she pronounces it, but anyway, Brianna, I'll just say Brianna. So she definitely got me hooked on this Hourglass bronzer, and she loves this Real Techniques blush brush to use for bronzer. And I have to agree, just because I feel like you can get in to the crevices of your face better just because of the shape. I find that some bronzer brushes are just too big, and I feel like then it's kind of hard to get exactly where you want it, you know? So Brianna, I think, is the YouTuber I've been following for the longest, actually. And she definitely loved this Hourglass bronzer. I don't know if she still loves it. If you watch this video, let me know in the comments. But I am obsessed with it. I bought it in a mini because I wanted to save money and I wanted to make sure that I loved it before I committed to the full size, since the full size is like over $50. But I'm like hitting pan on it already, and I'm definitely gonna go through it because it's my go-to everyday bronzer, and I'm definitely gonna repurchase it when it runs out, and I'm totally gonna get the big size. Okay, I am the bronzed goddess I want to be. Up next is blush, and for blush, I picked out this Covergirl's Cheekers blush in the shade Natural Rose, and I saw this being used by Emily Noel fairly recently. And then I happened to see the blush at the checkout of my Amazon Fresh order. So I was like, fine, whatever, I'll pick it up. So definitely a more pinky, like kind of dusty rose shade, which I've been gravitating towards recently. Normally I like a more like peachy blush to kind of match my peachy complexion, but I do like this one a lot. I will say one thing, you really need to kind of get in there to get any kind of color payoff. It can be very subtle if you don't, but I do love the color. All right, I am looking very flushed. So for highlighter, I don't really own a lot of highlighters, and I was at CVS yesterday and I picked up this Milani baked highlighter in the shade Dolce Perla. No one has influenced me to buy this, I don't think, maybe subconsciously, but no one that I can remember has talked about this, and I've been like, ooh, I need to get it. But I saw it and I was like, I want to give it a go because it's a more like pinky highlight, but only a little bit pink. So anyway, I just wanted to see what it was like. So, oof, that is a highlight. Wow, I added way too much probably, but it does look nice. Yeah, this is something. I like it though. I think the tone of it's really nice. I wouldn't say it looks as pink on the skin as it does in the pan, but it's very pretty. A little bit on the bridge of my nose and on my Cupid's bow. Before I go in with my eyes, like my eyeshadow, I am gonna do my brows. I don't think I was influenced to purchase this either. I guess kind of Jessica Brown made me want it. Jessica, you've made me buy so many things, which I found some gems, but also stop it, you. We have similar tastes. But yeah, I guess I would say that you influenced me to get this, and I've only used it the one time because I was waiting for this brush to arrive, and it finally did, so I figured I'd use it again. Little goes a long way here. I like that. It's like not super bold, but bold enough, I think. So it's funny. Jessica Braun, I discovered because she did a collab with a YouTuber that I'll talk about in a second. So that's how I found Jessica. And then I found Arna Elaine because she did a collab with Jessica. So I feel like it's a whole chain reaction of finding YouTubers. Okay, brows are on. Honestly, I love this pomade stuff. I feel like it's so easy to use. I love the color. This color taupe is perfect for me. Matches kind of my, especially my roots that are very much my like natural like grayish brown hair. It stays all day, which is great. And I feel like this is gonna last me for friggin' ever. So that's always good. Okay, onto my eyes. Before I get started, I am gonna prime my eyelids just because I'm probably gonna do a boldish look and you'll see why soon. But yeah, I'm just gonna take my, this is my Milani, just eyeshadow primer. I like this a lot actually. It's, it really does make a difference for me for how long my eyeshadow lasts, and I do appreciate that because I do, even though I have a dry face or a drier face, my eyelids are very oily. So it's pretty common for my eyeshadow to get caught kind of in the crease throughout the day. I am gonna set that down really quick, and I'm gonna be using the same setting powder I used for my face. Okay, eyeballs are set. For eyeshadow, I'm gonna be using this new beauty that came in the mail. It's the e.l.f. Earth and Ocean palette, and I got this because of Sarah Rose. So Sarah's probably one of the newer YouTubers I've been watching, but I love her content. Yeah, I like the content she puts out a lot. She's definitely more of a like a project panner. How would I describe her? Like, I guess conscious consumerism is her thing. So she doesn't necessarily have like a huge makeup collection like some of the YouTubers, but there's something about that that I really like, and I feel like I'm the kind of person that I can get caught up in buying a lot of new stuff and not really appreciating what I have in my collection. So just trying to learn a little bit from her. As I look at this palette, there's some green shades up here that I played around with the other day, and I think I'm gonna do another Faber green eyeshadow look using this palette. And then there's kind of like some beigey yellows here and then a bunch of blues. So I think I'm gonna go into the beigey, but I wanna do like a really cool like yellow type lid. So that's what we're gonna go with. So to start off, I'm gonna take the shade Mojave Mommy, which is just a brown transition shade, or at least it will be for my complexion. And I'm just gonna start buffing that right into the crease. I will say these shades blend beautifully. The mattes are gorgeous. And then the shimmers are beautiful. And the glitters are beautiful. Like, this palette is amazing. Having this palette is making me want the, their new Neutrals palette, I think it's called, or Modern Neutrals. Again, Jessica loves it. So I might have to get it. That one they do have at my local Target, I noticed the other day, and I was very tempted to get it. And my husband did point out that I just got like 3 new palettes. So he was like, how about no? So I'm glad Mr. Smith can talk some sense into me. Now that that shade's blended in, I am liking the way this is looking, but I think I want to make it a teensy bit deeper. And I think I'm actually going to deepen it up with this shade, Can't Kelp It. I love a pun. Which is like a dark green. So I'm going to take a smaller fluffy brush and kind of blend that in a little bit in my crease, just on the outer kind of portion of my crease, just the outer corner, just to add a little bit of depth. Oh yeah, that little bit, just, I like that. Just a teensy, just a touch, just a touch. Beautiful. I love the earthy I guess this palette is kind of earth and ocean, so it's like earthy shades and ocean shades. I'm gonna have to play around with the blues. I must say, having like pretty bright green eyes, I don't know how blue is gonna look on me, but you know what? I'm gonna try. I'm not going anywhere anyway, so. Okay, so for my lid, I definitely want to use, I don't know what to do because I feel like, okay, these two yellowy shades are beautiful. They kind of remind me of like sunshine. I don't know, there's something about them that I love. And then this Fuji Fields and Rock Bottom are also gorgeous. Okay, fine. I'm going to do this Rock Bottom shade all over the lid. Let's start with that. I'm just going to take it with my finger. Oh yeah, I love this. Like, the quality of these shadows is unbelievable. Like, this whole palette was $14. Unlike the bite-sized palettes from e.l.f. where I feel like the shimmers, they're good, but they're not the best. These are really, really high quality shimmers in my opinion. They might not use the same formula because these are like softer, I want to say, like more finely milled. The other ones are a little chunky. Still love it, but this one is just, Okay, now that that's on there, I'm gonna buff out the edges, just taking that same big fluffy brush with a little bit of that brown transition shade called Mojave Mommy. I love that. And what else do I want to do? I think I'm going to do in my inner corner and on my brow bone, I'm going to do a little bit of this Sun Yourself shade, which is the lightest yellow shade, which is really cute. Stick it right in my inner corner here. Beautiful. Like, that is a pop of color right there, and a little bit on my brow bone. I feel like my eyes look very earthy, which is appropriate for the name of the palette, and I like them a lot. I feel like, I don't know, when I first looked at this palette, at first I was like, honestly, Sarah showed it and she was like, I love it. And I was like, really? There was something that like really intrigued me about it, but I didn't know if I was gonna like really be able to use it. But I can do like a nice green, you know, a really like earthy or with a pop of yellow, and then these blues. I don't know, I'm just like really fascinated by it, and definitely not something I would normally reach for, but I'm really enjoying it so far. So I really like the way this looks, and actually I want to do my lower lash line today. So I am going to take this like little, I think it's a pencil brush technically, it's a little precision brush, and the first thing I'm going to do is take that shade Mojave Mommy that we used and run it all down the lower lash line. I feel like I brought that down a little lower than normal, but I like it. And actually, I'm going to take some of that dark green, the Can't Help It color, and add a little bit to kind of the outer portion of my lower lash line. Just a little bit to add that, tie that green in. Ooh, that is pretty. I feel like the minute I put mascara on, it's gonna be like, whoo, which is what I love. All I have left are my lashes and my lips. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and set my face first. So, Taylor Wynn, you made me get this, and I actually love it. It's the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Setting Spray. I'm pretty sure this is a Taylor's kind of holy grail powder. I mean powder, oh my god. Face setting spray. So, if you watch this video, do you still love it as much as you've said on your channel? I mean, I'm pretty sure you do because I feel like I always see you using it. But yeah, I really like it. It's like really little, which I actually really enjoy. And it's beautiful. The spritzer is really nice, and it really does make my face super glowy and beautiful. So I love it. So I'm just gonna, I shook it really well. You definitely want to shake this one really well, and I'm gonna spray it. Oh, doesn't taste good though, I'll tell you that. Just gonna tap it in. Okay, I'm going to do my lips. So I don't think anyone influenced me to get these. I went to CVS yesterday and got a little carried away. So I got a lip liner and a lipstick from Milani. The liner's in the shade Spice, which I think I'm really gonna enjoy. And the lipstick is in Dolce Carmelo, which is a shade 27. Also, it's weird. Like, anything that's in Spanish, I'm like, should I pronounce it like my Spanish self? Like I would say dulce caramelo or dulce caramelo, like an American. Forever struggle of mine. Anyway, I'm gonna put these two on and I'll be right back. Lips are on. That is a really pretty combo. I like that a lot. The liner's definitely more brownish, and this definitely, the lipstick added a little bit of pinky to it, and it's more of a satin finish lip. I really like that. Okay, up next is mascara. I don't think I've been influenced to get this. Again, maybe subconsciously, but anyway, I'm gonna put this on and I'll be right back. I am back and totally realized I forgot to use a product I wanted to, so I'm just gonna mention it really quick. It is the Maybelline Lasting Drama Gel Liner. This was a Jessica Braun influenced move. I think that I'm gonna love this once I figure out how to put it on really well. Normally I use, if I do line my like do like a black liner, I like to use another influence purchase, the Physicians Formula Eye Booster. Taylor Wynn raves about that one, so that's another Taylor purchase. But yeah, this is the finished look. What do you guys think? I really like the way my makeup turned out today. You know, this foundation is still not my favorite, but again, I think Kelly's face is a little oilier than mine, so maybe that's why she really likes it. So if you maybe have like normal or combination skin or normal to oily, you'll love this foundation, and I do love the shade of this one. So I'll keep on using it, but definitely have to work with it a little bit to make it look really good on myself. Another star of the show is this eyeshadow palette. Again, unexpected for me to be like so like attracted to it, and I just love the shades. I think they're amazing quality, and I love the color story here. So thank you for that piece of influence and you did on me. And yeah, everything else, I mean, as I said, I kind of talk through all the things as I use them. I will say I feel like my highlighter looks really uneven because I put on too much on this side, but that was my bad, and that was a purely Alex purchase, not necessarily an influence one. So yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. It means a lot to me, and also subscribe to my channel. Yeah, it means so much. So yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye, friend.